Eyewitness News is everywhere. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Connecticut's Democratic candidate for governor hopes for an 11th hour campaign boost with a visit from a former president.
This is a developing news story from Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good evening. We'll get to the election story in a moment. First, developing news from Suffield.
This is important. Connecticut police have issued a nationwide all-points bulletin for a man, and we want you to take a good look at him. His name is Belil Hamadeh. Police tell Eyewitness News that this man took his 3 children from the Spalding Elementary School in Suffield just before 9 o'clock this morning. These children ages 7, 8, and 9. At this hour, police are handing out this man's pictures at Bradley Airport because they believe Hamadeh may try to take the children back to Florida, where he lives now. Hamadeh may have been driving a silver or gold mid-size 4-door car. If you see this man or any little children that look like they are lost or with somebody that they're not very comfortable with, you call the Suffield Police at 860-668-3870. That's 860-668-3870. We'll have a live report on the search coming up on Eyewitness News at 6.
Now, back to our top story, the race for governor. With John Rowland holding a comfortable lead in the polls, Democrat Bill Curry tonight has brought in some powerful political muscle. Former President Bill Clinton, he's in Hartford right now. Channel 3 Eyewitness News political reporter John Moroney joins us live from the Connecticut Expo Center with this Election Eve rally. John.
Well, Denise, the president is expected here around 5:15, 5:30. The rally has already started, as you can see behind me. State Treasurer Denise Napier is speaking right now. Now, the president will be here this evening to give the Democratic ticket, a boost, including Bill Curry, who is running for governor, as everyone knows. The latest polls indicate that Curry is down by about 18 points. The governor was in the southern part of the state today. He was taking the train in and out of New York City this evening to talk to voters. Now, Bill Curry needs a big day tomorrow, and he hopes to get it from the president.
Our whole point here tonight, with the president's help, is to mobilize this Democratic base and tell every voter in this state that it's possible to have a government that balances its books and which fosters genuine economic growth.
You know, I think anytime you get a former president or a president campaigning for you, it's helpful. In my opponent's campaign, it's a little too late.
Now we are back live. Up now is Nancy Wyman, the Democratic State Comptroller. She's speaking. Now, in terms of Bill Curry getting support from the president, this may be the first time that he has campaigned in Connecticut for the Democratic challenger, but Bill Curry has had other people that have campaigned for him here, including former Vice President Al Gore and Senator Hillary Clinton. Now, the Democratic ticket is waiting for the president to arrive. The event here tonight is a free one, but folks are being asked if they'd like to have their picture taken with the president. If they donate $10, they can win the door prize, which again is a picture with the president. Coming up at 5:30, we'll take a look at another race that's making a lot of headlines here in Connecticut, and that is the race for the 2nd Congressional District. It pits Rob Simmons against Joe Courtney, and it's a race that is getting very close as we near the wire, down to the wire. We're live in Hartford. John Moroney, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And as you go to the polls tomorrow, you're going to notice some changes. For one thing, you might see federal monitors at polling places in Waterbury. Not because anybody suspects anything's wrong, but that's required by law whenever a city's Hispanic population reaches a certain level. So federal monitors at some polling places in Waterbury. And many of you will be voting at a new polling place this year because of redistricting. So make sure you go to the right place. To find out if your polling place has changed, you can come right to our Channel 3 website, WFSB.com, and click on Where to Vote.
Right now, a New Haven man is fighting for his life with a bullet in his head. He was one of 2 people hit by gunfire early this morning at the intersection of Church and Chapel Streets in New Haven. Police say someone fired at least 5 shots into a GMC Jimmy, and then the vehicle crashed. The 20-year-old driver was hit in the head. He's listed in extremely critical condition at the hospital of St. Raphael. A 41-year-old woman was also in the car. She was just grazed.
Dozens of people are out in the cold tonight, burned right out of their homes. Channel 3 is live in Hartford's Polk Park, where a makeshift shelter's now been set up for these fire victims. Let's go to Len Besthoff reporting live. Len?
Well, Al, this basically shelter is going to be set up here at the Polk Park Recreation Center. Last night we were just talking about people getting evacuated from their homes because of this fire. We're learning today that they may be out of those homes a lot longer than they expected, and there may be a lot more people affected. The fire didn't look like much when it hit. It sure is impacting a lot of people who live on South Marshall Street, though. Since the fire, investigators have determined it was caused by an electrical malfunction in the third-floor unit. They also determined water damage throughout the building means they had to close off an even greater portion of the complex. So the Red Cross expects even more people may find themselves homeless when they return from work. That's why the city of Hartford has agreed to open an emergency shelter at the Pope Park Recreation Center. And basically the Red Cross is expecting to be able to gauge much better how many people are going to show up here sometime in the next hour or two when people get home from work. Also coming up at 5:30, we'll be talking with one of the people who is seeking shelter here. Live in Hartford, Len Besthoff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Fire investigators in Boston are spending the day trying to find out what sparked this inferno. The 9-alarm fire destroyed an entire block of townhouses yesterday. A 79-year-old woman died in the blaze, and at least 60 people tonight are homeless.
Piece of Waterbury's industrial history is history tonight. Eyewitness News cameras were there on Saturday morning as the old Mattituck manufacturing plant came crashing down. There it went. A 106-year-old factory building came down in about 10 seconds, but this did not go off without a hitch. The implosion was originally scheduled for the morning. Actually, it was postponed until just afternoon because of asbestos concerns. Many people had waited around all that time to see the building fall, and they're going to have to keep waiting to find out what will go up in its place. The city of Waterbury hasn't decided what to do with the land, although there's been talk of possibly a police or fire station or a community center.
Tonight, people in Alaska are still assessing the damage from a massive earthquake there. The quake was centered about 90 miles south of Fairbanks, but people as far south as New Orleans say they actually felt the earth move from this quake. Channel 3's Dennis House is joining us now with the very latest. Dennis?
Well, Denise, this was one of the most powerful earthquakes ever to hit the U.S. It struck just after 5 o'clock last night, our time, in a remote region of Alaska, and it gave people hundreds of miles away the ride of their lives.
It's moving.
Yeah, it's still moving.
Jeez.
Earthquake.
This home video shows what yesterday's earthquake was like for one family in Anchorage. They were 270 miles away from the quake's epicenter, but they felt the ground shake for 30 seconds and watched their lamps shaking and treetops swaying.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
The magnitude 7.9 quake was one of the strongest ever recorded in the U.S.
Really and truly, there's nothing in the U.S. 7.9 to compare it with. If you get to go past the one that was in 1964, 1964 was second largest in the world. That was 9.2, and about 135 people were killed in that.
Because the quake was centered in such a sparsely populated area, damage was minimal. The Alaska oil pipeline was shut down for inspection. Some highways were damaged, and a 76-year-old woman broke her arm. But the quake was so strong it was felt in Seattle. If you look very closely, you can see the scoreboard shake at the Key Arena. On nearby Lake Union, houseboat owners got the ride of their lives.
It was like the lake was churning.
The quake even sent water sloshing out of indoor swimming pools.
And it built up in intensity until the waves were displacing you like that far below the gutter and then coming up right up into this area. I was like, whoa, you know, we felt it all the way down here, and we could see the repercussions of that earthquake down here, so it was pretty amazing.
In the past week, we've seen powerful earthquakes in Italy and Japan, as well as in Alaska. But seismologists believe the quakes are not related, and the amount of seismic activity in the world right now is not unusual. I'm Dennis House, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And the earth is still shaking on the other side of the world tonight. Aftershocks are rocking San Giuliano de Puglia, Italy, adding to the misery there. On Thursday, a quake caused a school to collapse, killing 26 children. Today's aftershocks sent villagers into the street. More than 6,000 people are homeless.
Sniper suspect John Lee Malvo appeared in a federal courtroom in Baltimore today. The judge considering whether Malvo should be detained on federal charges. Authorities say this 17-year-old suspect worked in conjunction with John Allen Muhammad to kill at least 12 people and wound 5 others in a month-long spree.
The Monday ride is extremely heavy as the wet roads are really playing a part in the commute. We have an accident westbound side of Route 2 that's going to hold up traffic actually on the eastbound side out of 84 all the way to exit 5A. The accident is westbound side by the 5A off-ramp. We're looking live at a traffic that is at a standstill along 84 in both directions, eastbound out of exit 44 straight over the Bulkley Bridge. You'll notice westbound barely moving over the Bulkley Bridge. This delay will actually continue into the West Hartford exits. Let's go to the shoreline where an accident's really holding up traffic southbound side of 91. We're looking at the delay heading in from exit 3 to the merge with 95. This is a result of an accident working northbound side. We'll show you that crash now. It's northbound right on the queue, taking out the right lane as traffic is held back at a Long Wharf. You'll see the police activity here. Right lane blocked on the Quinnipiac River Bridge. Traffic moving very slowly out of New Haven right past this point. It eases nicely, though, as we head through East Haven and into Branford. I'm Rachel Lutzker with the Connecticut Lottery Timesaver Traffic Report. Tomorrow's Classic Lotto jackpot is $7.2 million.
There's big news tonight in Killingly. A lot of jobs may be on the way if plans for a new Walmart distribution center move forward. Town officials say Walmart is proposing a new center to be built next to Interstate 395. It would employ about 1,000 people and would supply all of Walmart's New England stores. Walmart will hold a public informational hearing on Wednesday night.
Well, the Bulls were charging on Wall Street today, but then they backed off a little bit. In the end, the Dow gained 54 points, although it had been up almost 200. It finished the day at 85.71, a very busy day for traders. 1.6 billion shares changing hands. The broader market average is also higher. The S&P 500 up 7 points. The NASDAQ jumped 35 points. It's now close to 1,400.
Coming up on Eyewitness News.
It's getting harder to light up at a Connecticut school these days.
New at 5:30, a new anti-smoking policy is now in effect. It's making it tougher than ever for students to smoke.
First at 5, though, a chilling look at the Russian hostage crisis. Video just released that shows the terrifying moments all caught on tape.
You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5. Eyewitness News is everywhere. Tonight at 11 on Eyewitness News. She went to summer camp over 50 years ago and never returned home. Police haven't given up on the case and are determined to find Connie Smith's killer.
Why give up? If we quit, we gave up, and I'll never give up.
Hear from a new witness who's come forward and what could be the missing link to solving the case.
If I call, is somebody going to think I'm a nut?
Tonight at 11 on Eyewitness News. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
We still have some light rain in central and eastern Connecticut. That will be ending shortly. There's a bigger storm on the way for Wednesday. The details coming up.
Sharon Stone plus Dr. Phil and his wife on our set. Next BT.
You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
It's been a violent day in the Middle East as a pair of bombings killed 5 people and injured dozens. Near Jerusalem, a suicide bomber blew himself up in a crowded market. 2 other people were killed and more than 30 others were wounded. The radical group Islamic Jihad has claimed responsibility. Earlier, 2 Palestinians died when a car bomb exploded in the West Bank. Investigators say that bomb was detonated by remote control. In Yemen today, U.S. forces killed 6 suspected al-Qaeda members today with a missile strike. They were traveling by car when the missile hit its target. One of the victims is believed to be a top bin Laden operative. Security forces have been trying to hunt him down since the September attacks. This is America's first open attack on suspected al-Qaeda operatives outside Afghanistan.
Tonight, Eyewitness News has obtained some new video from Russia. It shows how that hostage drama inside the Moscow theater began to unfold a couple of weeks ago, and it is chilling. Watch. We take you back to the evening of October 23rd. You see the several actors on the stage performing in a popular musical before a crowd of more than 700. Suddenly, a masked gunman appears on the left, firing into the air, ordering the actors to get off the stage and go and sit in the audience. He was one of more than 40 militants demanding that Russia get out of the breakaway Republic of Chechnya, and they backed up their demands with explosives rigged around the theater. The drama would drag on for 2.5 days before Special Forces troops stormed the building after pumping a narcotic gas into the theater. All of the rebels were killed, but so were dozens of hostages from the effects of the gas. In fact, the death toll among the captives rose to 120 over the weekend, with the passing of a 60-year-old woman with a heart ailment. Nearly 150 others are still in the hospital tonight, and 6 are in grave condition. While some credit the use of the gas as keeping the toll from possibly being worse, others say many victims died because rescue workers were treating them for shock rather than for the effects of the gas.
We have Haven, important alert for parents tonight to use infant formula. Wyeth Nutrition is recalling nearly 1 million cans of powdered baby formula because a potentially dangerous bacterium was found during sample tests. Now, this is a lot of information to give you right now. I want to remind you that we will have this on our website. I'll go slowly. The formula is sold under several store brands. They are Baby Basics, CVS, Home Best, Healthy Baby, Cozy Kids, Hill Country Fair, HEB, Little Ones, Parents' Choice, Safeway Select, and Walgreens. Again, this is powdered formula. The expiration dates range from July 28th, 2005 to September 28th, 2005. Again, return the cans for a refund, and you'll see all that information on our website. Now, the weather with Bruce. Bruce?
Well, Denise, we still have some rain in the state right now, primarily across central and eastern Connecticut. Let's check out live Doppler 3000 radar first of all, and it's all over pretty much in western Connecticut, except for one shower near Torrington. The rain is pretty much over in Hartford. In New Haven, your rain is going to end in about 15 minutes or so. The rain will linger into the Norwich and New London area until about 6:30, but by 7 o'clock this evening, all the rain will have moved pretty much to the east of Connecticut. All right, let's check out our Hartford live shot. It's wet out there, but in Hartford, the rain is over. We got those damp streets, and it's on the cool side out there. So far in Hartford, 0.10 inches of rain, and our current temperature is 43 degrees. 41 in Waterbury. Willimantic is 42. Checking out some other current conditions in New Haven, the temperature is 45. Meriden has 43, and in New London, it is 47 degrees. All right, winter radar shows that there's some snow falling up across portions of northern New England now, where you see the white. The green is where there's some rain, and the rain is pretty much ended out there in the Catskills on into northeastern Pennsylvania. So again, our rain will pretty much be over by about 7 o'clock this evening. Here's Futurecast, and the rain moves out this evening, and later on tonight we'll have clearing skies, and tomorrow morning we should wake up bright and sunny with temperatures in the upper 20s and 30s, and then we'll start to see some high clouds filter in during the afternoon hours, maybe dimming the sun before the day is over, and then a big storm is going to come at us on Wednesday. Rain and maybe some wet snow developing after midnight tomorrow night, and then primarily rain on Wednesday with some snow in Massachusetts on into northern New England. But for Connecticut, it's pretty much a cold rain. Checking out your evening temperatures with cloudy skies at 8 o'clock in the 30s and low 40s around the state. Torrington about 37. Later tonight, we dip into the upper 20s and low 30s. Then tomorrow, morning sunshine, giving way to increasing high clouds in the afternoon, about 49 in Hartford. In New Haven, we should get up to pretty close to 50. On into the northwestern hills, Torrington, you should get up to about 46 degrees for tomorrow. And in eastern Connecticut, in, well, the southeastern portion of the state in Norwich, I'm expecting about 49 degrees. Here is your 7-day Futurecast. And tomorrow looks like a good election day. Wednesday, rain, maybe some coastal flooding, a high of 43. Nice weather Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then clouding up on Sunday. Monday, our next chance for rain. But you see that with time, our temperatures do warm up. Al.
Coming up on Eyewitness News.
It's natural childbirth with a twist. Coming up, using hypnosis to help women relax while they're having a baby.
Well, the New York City Marathon was yesterday, so why is that man still out there running? And why was he dressed like that? We'll have some answers ahead at 5:30. A hot air balloon bursts into flames as hundreds watch in horror. We'll show you what happened next, right after the break.
The X-Rated Insider and the CEO, next Inside Edition.
You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
It's a new approach to natural childbirth. And tonight's Calendar for Living report, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Ellie Pai-Hong tells us all about hypnobirthing.
Put this outfit on.
Little Owen Dion is just barely 9 weeks old. His mom Ellen wanted to give him the best start she could. For her, that meant natural childbirth.
I wanted to see if we could get off on the right start. I wanted to nurse him right away.
So a few months before her due date, she started hypnobirthing sessions.
It definitely helped. I mean, you don't hear too many people say that they had a 2-hour labor. And I do think that it just helps you relax and like lets your body take over and do what it knows how to do.
The more relaxed a mom is, the more relaxed those muscles will be, allowing for a smoother delivery.
William Priftis is a certified hypnotherapist with St. Francis Hospital. He says in most cases, labor is shortened by several hours thanks to hypnobirthing. Moms and dads go through several sessions learning different techniques to help in childbirth.
A hypnobirthing would allow the mother to learn various relaxation techniques while her partner will actually perform certain light touch massage.
And this helps a mom relax and work with her contractions as opposed to fighting them. But no matter how relaxed a mom is, the pain does still exist.
The pain is really reduced more to areas of pressure.
But despite the pain, Ellen says it was well worth it. So Owen's your first baby?
Yes.
Okay. Do you plan on trying this again if you do have another?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And Bill suggests starting the hypnotherapy sessions 5 months prior to the due date. I'm Ellie Pai Hong, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All right, if your spouse complains of a sore back, what do you do or say? Well, there's a new study from Germany that finds that your very presence in the room can make the pain a lot worse if you try to be sympathetic. The report says electrical activity in the part of the brain that deals with pain tends to increase when you dwell on your partner's pain. That makes it a lot more intense. They say it's better to play down the pain, distract the patient, make them think of something else. But I like it when Carolyn babies me.
You want to know somebody cares. Wow. Well, Eyewitness News helped a family find free money for college. That's right, free. And it's as easy as surfing the net. We'll show you how to do that in our next hour. Also, voters may make history in Litchfield tomorrow as they decide a controversial proposal that would help reconstruct an historic home. You are watching Eyewitness News at 5.
Voters head to the polls tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News.
Off the satellites tonight from Southwest Japan, something went horribly wrong at a hot air balloon festival. One of the balloons just suddenly exploded. Look at that there. Burst into flames. The basket caught fire. When crew members lost control, the fire quickly spread. Amazingly, the crew escaped before the balloon was fully engulfed in flames. They jumped out. The 2 men suffered minor burns and bruises. No one on the ground was injured. Well, take a look at this. It's a bird, it's a plane. Actually, it's Brutus, the skydiving dog. The daring dachshund plunged 6,000 feet at a California air show over the weekend, fastened in a pouch to his owner's chest. Now, this is not the first dive for Brutus. He's made more than 100 jumps so far. Does he like it? Well, the spectacle is angering some animal activists who say the jumps are cruel and exploitive.
So don't get any ideas, Chumley. Good thing there were no customers inside when an explosion ripped through a Wendy's restaurant. This is off the satellite from Toledo, Ohio. 4 employees were leaving for the night when they smelled a strong odor of gas, and one of them did something that we're all warned not to do when you smell gas. They flipped a light switch. The spark in there set off a huge explosion, and that ripped right through the rear of the building. The workers were thankfully only slightly injured. And that's Eyewitness News at 5, but stay right where you are. Keep watching. Eyewitness News 5:30 starts right now.